What's up, everybody? Damon here, and in today's gaming news, Reggie has high praise for Astro Bot, the head of Insomniac is headed for retirement, and Spider-Man's Spidey sense must really be tingling over the new villain in town. This is your daily fix. Former Nintendo of America president Reggie Fils-Aimé has joked that beloved PlayStation exclusive platformer Astro Bot almost outdid Nintendo at its own game. Fils-Aimé made the comment while presenting at the New York Game Awards, where Astro Bot took home not only the overall Game of the Year award, but also Best Music and Best Kids Game. It overcame Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Metaphor ReFantazio, and more to win Game of the Year. Though Nintendo is famous for making games of many genres and has many beloved franchises like The Legend of Zelda, Pokemon, and more, it's perhaps the platforming Mario series which is most iconic. Astro Bot clearly took much inspiration from 3D platformers such as Super Mario Galaxy and Odyssey, but put its own spin on the concept and wrapped it in a celebration of PlayStation history. Nintendo, meanwhile, hasn't released a brand new 3D platformer since Odyssey in 2017. It was hailed as a masterpiece in our 10 out of 10 review, but the 7-year gap has left Nintendo fans pining for more. A new entry will likely come on the Nintendo Switch 2 though, which was officially revealed earlier this month. Nintendo revealed a new Mario Kart game alongside it, but a Nintendo Direct presentation in April will likely reveal much more, including a release date. Moving on, Ted Price, the founder and president of Spider-Man, Ratchet & Clank, and Resistance developer Insomniac Games, has announced his retirement from PlayStation after 30 years. Ryan Schneider, Huang, and Chad Dezern will take over as co-studio heads. The developer, which is currently working on Marvel's Wolverine, is currently in one of the strongest positions it's been in for years, Price said. He continued, "Therefore, last week I felt comfortable announcing to the Insomniac team that after having been incredibly fortunate to enjoy such a fulfilling career in games, I'll be retiring from the industry at the end of March." Price said he made the decision last year because he felt it was simply time to step aside and let others pave the way after more than 30 years leading Insomniac. He added, "During the past year, I had the opportunity to work with the senior leadership team at Insomniac to create a succession plan that I know will provide the continuity, stability, and strong leadership necessary to deliver more of what our fans cherish over the next several decades." As for the new co-leads, Ryan Schneider began at Insomniac during the PlayStation 2 era and later became the studio's first community director. He then joined the senior leadership team and served as head of franchise strategy and studio relations, and then head of brand and leadership strategy. Huang joined Insomniac as chief financial officer and head of finance 8 years ago, and Dezern has been part of Insomniac since 1998 and has worked as an environment artist, art director, studio director, and most recently as head of creative. The three said in a joint statement, "We're going to keep making the games you love while taking care of the people who make them. This aligns with our studio vision of making a positive and lasting impact on people's lives." Ted has also laid the foundation for Insomniac as one of the industry's all-time most successful studio leaders. Now, it's up to us to help Insomniac thrive long into the future. Thanks to Ted's guidance and leadership, we are ready. As for upcoming Insomniac projects, it has only announced Wolverine. The studio was the victim of a data breach in 2023, however, which revealed a long list of upcoming projects. And finally today, in his latest crossover with Marvel, Godzilla is going up against Spider-Man in a new comic series. The matchup will follow March's Godzilla vs Fantastic Four and April's Godzilla vs Hulk. As with those issues, Godzilla vs Spider-Man is a throwback story set in an earlier decade. In this case, the story takes place after 1984's Secret Wars, shortly after Peter Parker returns from Battleworld and begins grappling with the effects of bonding with an alien symbiote costume. He'll need every last ounce of his newfound strength to save his city when Godzilla comes calling. Godzilla vs. Spider-Man #1 is written by Joe Kelly, who Marvel recently announced will be helming the upcoming relaunch of the flagship Amazing Spider-Man series. The issue will be illustrated by Nick Bradshaw of Wolverine and the X-Men, with cover art by Bradshaw, Lee Garbett, and Greg Land. Kelly told IGN, "The second I heard that there was going to be a Godzilla and Spidey crossover set in the 80s, I almost leapt across the table to claim it. This book is a chance to go nuts and have a blast with two iconic characters and channel the chaos of the time period that I was actively collecting Spider-Man. Nick Bradshaw really captures the absurdity of the concept and the vibe I was going for, while at the same time giving Godzilla and Spidey, in his perfectly normal, nothing weird here black suit, the prestige and gravity they deserve. It's a love letter served with an earth-shattering roar." Godzilla vs. Spider-Man #1 will be released on April 30th. And that is your daily fix for Wednesday, January 22nd. Now that you're caught up on the news, watch the new trailer for Phantom Blade Zero. I'm Damon Hatfield, and for all your video game news, stay tuned to IGN.